Shalom. I am Rabbi Nathan Davidovich, speaking to you on behalf of the webyeshiva.org, speaking to you from Efrat, Israel. Chodesh Tov. Today is the first day of the month of Nisan. And I wish everybody a happy and healthy month, a month in which we see the true redemption of our people. This week's Parsha is Parsha Vayikra. We start a new book of the Torah. And in this Parsha, among other things, we learn what some of the important impediments are to serving God. Things that really prevent us from actually serving God properly. And the fact that this Torah reading, Vayikra, just happens to come within 2 weeks before the beginning of Passover, gives us a formula as to not only what we have to do on Passover for the Passover offering, which we used to bring in the days of the Holy Temple, the Beis HaMikdash, but also what we have to do today in our modern times in terms of serving God. And the Parsha tells us a very interesting sentence. It says, Kol hamincha she'takrivu LaHashem, every offering, a meal offering that you give to God, lo te'asa chametz, you shouldn't make it leavened. Ki chol se'or v'chol devash, lo sakteru mimenu ish el Hashem. All se'or, all leavened products and all honey you should not use to serve Hashem. What is the Torah telling us? Why are these two things prohibited? The use of the words se'or, it also reminds us what God commanded us in Shemot in the Parsha of Bo. And at that time, God said to the Jewish people, He said, Shivas Yamim, Matzos Tochelu, you should eat matzah for 7 days. Ach biyom harishon tashbisu se'or mibotechem. And on the first day, and actually it's the day before the first day, it's the evening, the eve, not the evening, but the day before, the afternoon before the first day, Tashbisus or mibotech, we shall remove all leavened products from your house. Kichal ochel chometz nichras hanefesh Yisrael. Everybody who eats a leavened product on Israel, that soul will be cut off from the peoplehood of Israel. What does this mean? What is this telling us, Se'or and Devash? The Davidovich Shalom says, Se'or, marumas al gavos. Se'or, a leavening product, is a hint to pride and an ego. When you put a leavening product in flour, what happens? The flour rises. Second thing is, it says, so that's se'or. Devash, the Davidovich Shalom says, is remes on taivot, on our improper desires. We look for the sweet things in life without realizing the negative consequences that might befall us if we follow those desires. And then the Davidovich Shalom says, Kishnei Pesalim, Kishnei Yonim Elu, these two things, Pesalim Bavodas Hashem, make the service of God ineffective. What is this telling us? There's an interesting statement in Gemara Brachos, Daf Yud Zayin. It says, Rabbi Alexandri Basar de Matzli Amar Hacher. When Rabbi Xantri would finish his Amida, his Shemona Esrei service to God, he would say a prayer. He would say, Ribbon Ha'olamim, Master of the world, Golav Yadu Lefanecha, you know, it's revealed to you, Sheritzono Lasos Ritzoncha, that my will is to do your will. I really want to do what is right. You know that, God. What is keeping me? What is keeping me from doing that? He says, Sa'or Sheba Isa, the leavening in the dough. Rashi says, Sa'or Sheba Isa, what that means is Yetzer Hara, the negative feelings within us, the negative things that want to make us do the wrong thing. He says, Yetzer Hara Sheblivavenu Hamachmitzenu. The Yetzer Hara, this negative influence in our heart, makes it is like chametz, swells and is prohibited in service of God. And that's a very important lesson. We have to serve God with as close as we can come to shlemus, perfection. Perfection meaning that we have to get rid of the negative influences in our life. We have to get rid of the ego in our life that makes us think that everything that we have is from us. No, everything we have is from Hashem. And only when you can be mevatel yourself, you can nullify yourself to God, recognizing that everything that happens comes from Hashem, only then can you do the proper service of God. Those two things, Sa'or, the negative impulse, and Davash, the improper desires, are an impediment to serving God. Now, as we come towards Pesach, one of the primary things that we have to observe is not to eat chametz. Not to eat chametz, don't eat any leaven, don't see any, don't have any in your possession, don't benefit from it. All those prohibitions are about chametz. And what do? The night before Pesach, on the 13th of Nisan, we have a ceremony called Bedikas Chametz, where we search for the chametz. On one level, we are searching for the physical manifestations of any chametz we might have, searching for any bread or bread products, leaven products in the house. And we even put out a few crumbs, 10 crumbs, to begin the search, and we make a blessing over it. But we also have to remember that it is important to search for not only the chametz in our house, but the chametz b'libenu, the leaven in our hearts. We have to search ourselves, have introspection to rid ourselves of the Yetzer Hara, to rid ourselves of this Or Sheba, of the leavening products within us, to rid ourselves of the desire. And in this, from the wording of this Parsha, the Netivot Shalom points out that when we eat the matzah, and if we eat the matzah and we've been careful to remove and not let it come in contact, not have any negative influences, any improper desires, when we're eating that matzah, it becomes holy of holies, just like eating the Korban Pesach, like eating the holy Passover sacrifice that was first done just as the Jews were leaving Egypt. You can raise the level of eating matzah to mamish being like eating the Korban Pesach. So let us remember that as we do the physical searching, let us search inside of ourselves and remove those negative influences. Thank you for listening on behalf of the webyeshiva.org. I wish everybody a wonderful Shabbat.